20 things high value men never do in relationships. What if everything you've been told about being a good boyfriend is actually the very thing that's sabotaging your relationships? For years, men have been fed the same recycled advice. Be extra nice. Be endlessly available, make her your #1 priority, and constantly prove your love. But here's the truth. No one tells you. Those behaviors don't create lasting attraction. They create comfort. Yes, obligation, maybe, but deep electric. Desire that fades fast when a woman feels like she's dating a man who's following a script instead of standing in his true power. High value? Men don't play by those rules, and women love them for it. They understand that what you don't do matters just as much, if not more, than what you do. They don't get trapped in emotional games. They don't seek constant approval. And they certainly don't bend themselves into a version of a man they think she wants. Instead, they operate from quiet strength, unshakable boundaries, and a deep understanding of human psychology. In this video, we're going to challenge everything you think you know about relationships. I'll walk you through 20 things high-value men never do. Behaviors. That might seem harmless at first, but slowly chip away at attraction and respect over time. Most guys have at least a few of these bad habits without even realizing it, which is why their relationships keep hitting the same frustrating walls. And here's the kicker. The final point on this list isn't just another tip. It's the ultimate filter, the single behavior that separates men women desire endlessly from men. They quietly drift away from. Stick with me until the very end, because once you understand that last point, you'll see relationships and yourself in an entirely new light. 1. They never rush to fill silence. Most guys panic when a quiet moment stretches between them and a woman. They scramble to fill it with small talk, jokes, or over-explaining themselves. A high-value man. He leans back, takes a sip of his drink, and lets the silence breathe. Why? Because silence reveals who's comfortable in their own skin. When you don't race to fill the gap, she feels it. Like standing near a bonfire on a cold night. That stillness makes her lean in, wondering what's going on in your head. It's not about being cold. It's about showing her that you're not auditioning for approval. 2. They never give out their schedule. Like it's a flyer, average guys will volunteer every detail of their plans, thinking transparency equals trust. High V value, men don't play that game. If she asks, "What are you up to tomorrow?" he doesn't launch into a TED talk about his calendar. He'll simply say, "Got a few things to handle," and leave it at that. Mystery isn't manipulation, it's oxygen. When you don't overshare, it creates curiosity. She's left wondering, what exactly does he have going on? 3. They never chase validation through compliments. There's a difference between noticing her beauty and fishing for her approval. Low V value, men will say, "You're so pretty" 3 times in an hour, hoping she'll reward them with affection. A high value man might notice her new hairstyle, but frame it like this. "You always find ways to surprise me." It's not a needy grab for validation. It's acknowledgement without graveling. He doesn't need her to clap for his attention, because he's already solid in who he is. 4. They never let disagreements turn into emotional hurricanes. Arguments happen in every relationship. The difference: a high V value man doesn't get dragged into chaos. If she raises her voice, he lowers his. If she throws verbal jabs, he stays calm and strategic. Not because he's suppressing anger, but because he knows losing control means losing respect. By staying composed, he becomes the anchor in the storm. That steadiness makes her feel safe, even when she's frustrated. 5. They never reveal their boundaries through threats. A weak man says, "If you do that again, I'm leaving." A high-value man shows his boundaries through action, not speeches. If she crosses a line repeatedly, he doesn't argue. He simply steps back, adjusts his access, or walks away entirely. She learns through experience that he's not bluffing. Women deeply respect men whose boundaries are lived, not just spoken. 6. They never compete for attention in a room. Imagine you're at a party. 2 guys are vying for the spotlight. Louder jokes, bigger stories, anything to be noticed. Meanwhile, the high-value man is quietly engaged in a one-on-one conversation, totally present. His lack of competition sets him apart. Women are wired to notice the man who doesn't need the crowd's approval. He becomes the most magnetic presence in the room by not trying to be. 7. They never treat intimacy like a transaction. Some men keep score. I bought dinner, so now she owes me high V value. Men see intimacy as connection, not currency. When he gives, it's because generosity is part of his character, not a down payment for future favors. Ironically, this makes women want to give back even more because they don't feel pressured or manipulated. 8. They never assume attraction is permanent. The mistake many men make is thinking once she's attracted to you, it's locked in forever. High V value men know attraction is like a campfire, it dies without fuel. So, they keep growing, challenging themselves, and bringing new energy into the relationship. It's not about grand gestures, it's about consistently evolving, so she never feels like she's dating a stagnant version of you. 9. They never apologize. Just to end tension, we've all seen it. A guy says sorry when he's not even wrong. Just to stop an argument, a high-value man doesn't do that. He apologizes only when he genuinely believes he made a mistake. By standing firm when he's in the right, he teaches her that his words carry weight. Over time, this builds deep respect because she knows he's not bending out of fear. 10. They never text back instantly out of habit. When a woman messages him, he doesn't drop everything like, she's the emergency room. It's not about playing games, it's about living a life so full that he's not glued to his phone. She feels this difference, it subtly communicates. You're important, but my world doesn't revolve around you. 11. They never hide their ambition to make her comfortable. Some men tone down their dreams because they fear intimidating a woman. High V value. Men don't dim their light. They speak about their goals with passion, even if it's unconventional. This doesn't just inspire her, it sets the tone for the relationship growth adventure and shared vision. 12. They never turn jealousy into surveillance. Insecure men act like detectives, checking her phone, tracking her social media, interrogating her about every guy friend. A high V value man trusts until given a reason not to. If she breaks that trust, he doesn't spiral into paranoia. He simply removes himself from the situation. His stance is clear. I don't need to monitor you. I need to feel respected by you. 13. They never let the relationship define their entire identity. A low V value man loses himself in the relationship. His hobbies fade, his friendships die off, and soon he's just her boyfriend. High V value. Men maintain their individuality. Their partner enhances their life, but she doesn't become their life. This balance creates ongoing attraction because she knows she's with a man who has his own world, one she's lucky to be invited into. 14. They never ignore small red flags just to avoid discomfort. Most people hope problems will disappear if they stay silent. High V value men address issues early before they grow to toxic. It might feel awkward, but that directness builds trust. Women secretly crave this clarity, even when it challenges them, because it makes the relationship feel stable and secure. 15. They never underestimate the power of subtle leadership. Leadership doesn't mean barking orders. It's in the quiet things. Choosing a restaurant without endless back and forth, planning a weekend trip, or handling a stressful situation with calm decisiveness. Women feel safe when they sense this quiet strength. It tells her, I can relax because he's got this. 16. They never reveal everything about themselves too soon. Oversharing in the first few months kills mystery. High V value men reveal their story in layers. Each date feels like a new chapter, and she's eager to keep reading. This pacing keeps the relationship exciting while also protecting his emotional energy. 17. They never outsource happiness to their partner. A low V value man expects her to fix his bad moods or provide constant entertainment. High V value. Men generate their own happiness through purpose, friendships, and personal growth. This independence is magnetic. Instead of feeling drained by his needs, she feels energized by his self-sufficiency. 18. They never let kindness be mistaken for weakness. High V value. Men are often generous and loving, but there's a spine beneath that softness. If someone mistakes his kindness for an open invitation to disrespect him, they quickly discover the boundary beneath the warmth. This combination of compassion and strength creates a rare dynamic women deeply respect. 19. They never allow their masculinity to be defined by external approval. Some men chase titles, money, or validation to prove they're masculine. High V value. Men know masculinity is about inner alignment, not outer applause. He could lose his job, his status, even his material possessions, and still walk with the same grounded confidence. This unshakable presence is intoxicating to women because it signals true stability. 20. They never forget that desire is built, not owed. The final thing high-value men never do is assume a woman's desire is automatic or permanent. They keep dating their partner even years into the relationship, not with grand performative gestures, but through consistent effort, flirting, teasing, and making her feel chosen again and again. This creates a relationship where attraction isn't just maintained, it deepens over time. And remember, all of this is brought to you by your channel. Dark Facts 2. 0. Stay tuned for more truth that challenges what you think you know about love, about respect, about what it means to be high value.